In a world that constantly demands perfection, we often find ourselves hiding our flaws. We feel broken, useless, and ashamed of our cracks. But what if I told you that your greatest weakness could be the source of the most beautiful transformation in your life? Welcome to Midnight Fables 808. Today's story is about an old water bearer, a long dusty road, and a pot that thought it was a failure. The daily journey. High in the misty mountains of ancient India, there lived an elderly water bearer. For years, his routine had never changed. Every single morning, as the sun began to peek over the jagged peaks, he would balance a heavy wooden pole across his sturdy shoulders. At each end of the pole hung a large earthen water pot. The walk from his humble hut to the river was long. The path was winding, filled with sharp stones and steep climbs. Once at the river, he would carefully fill both pots to the brim. One pot was new, perfectly crafted, and held every drop of water. But the other pot was old and had a thin, jagged crack running down its side. The shame of the cracked pot. The journey back to the master's house took nearly an hour. By the time the old man arrived at the kitchen door, the perfect pot was still full to the top, but the cracked pot, it was always half empty. For 2 years, this happened every single day. The perfect pot was naturally proud of itself. It felt superior, knowing it was fulfilling its purpose to perfection. It would often boast silently, sitting tall on the shelf. The poor cracked pot, however, lived in a state of deep misery and shame. It felt like a burden to the old man. It watched the water bearer sweat and struggle under the weight of only for half of its effort to be wasted on the dry ground. The pot began to hate its crack. It saw itself as a failure, a broken tool that didn't deserve to be on the master's table. The confession: one morning, as they stood by the riverbank, the cracked pot couldn't stay silent any longer. Its voice trembled with emotion as it spoke to the water bearer. Master, I am so sorry. I am ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you. The old man, with eyes full of kindness, stopped and looked at the pot. What have you done that requires an apology? For 2 years, the pot sobbed, I have been a failure. Because of this crack in my side, I leak water all the way back to the house. You work so hard to carry me, but because of my flaw, you only deliver half a load. You aren't getting the full value of your labor because of my brokenness. The wise response. The old man didn't get angry. Instead, he knelt down and touched the jagged crack. He smiled a gentle, knowing smile. As we return to the master's house today, I want you to do something for me. Do not look at your crack. Instead, I want you to look at the side of the path we are walking on. The pot was confused, but it obeyed. As they climbed the hill, the cracked pot look